All right, hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. I had the opportunity for just 36 hours to go to New York City this week. And half day of the day was like for work and training. The second day was a half day of work and training. And then I had some time to kind of walk around and go to the city. In particular, I had to go down to Broadway, and I had to find this Harry Potter store. My wife wanted me to go and get something for it. She kind of likes Harry Potter. You know, I'm a camera nerd, she's a Potter nerd, so that is what it is. And I had the opportunity to shoot a little bit of street photography. And so I had the chance to shoot with either my Ricoh GR, this guy right here, or shoot with the X Pro 3, this guy right here. Now the lens on here is the Zeiss 32 millimeter. I didn't shoot with that, I shot with the 16-1.4, which is on this X-T2 recording me right now. But I really wanted to see the difference between the two cameras for street photography and how they kind of behaved and what I thought about them. I recorded a little video and I'll show you some pictures. A couple takeaways real quick about cameras and about street photography in general. Between the two cameras, I'll tell you I was far more comfortable shooting with the GR, just because it was smaller, as pocketable, as one-handed. I have all three controls, you know, aperture, ISO, and shutter speed at my fingertips on this. And I really like snap focus. It does come in handy. I kind of know, I started to figure out real quick what distance I like to be at when I was taking a photo at 28 millimeters equivalent. So I set my snap focus to that, about 1.5 meters. And I set it to, like, you know, F4 or F8, and I would just kind of snap. Now, the X Pro 3, on the other hand, comparatively was much more noticeable and a little bit more clumsier to use because, first of all, a 16 millimeter lens is big. It's wider, it's 24 equivalent versus 28 equivalent, so there's that. And if you wanted to keep it kind of in this you know, street photographer mode, you had to come up and look through the viewfinder. And that made it very obvious to people that, you know, you're taking a picture. And so that was a bit more uncomfortable for me. And so I took a lot of photos of people's backs, which is boring. I see a lot of street photographers doing that. I'm sorry. Unless the light or there's some situation that's interesting, people's backs are boring. And I made the same mistake. Now, where it did become very helpful is this flip down screen. I've seen other people talk about this, but what I ended up kind of doing to get some of these shots was I'd walk around like this at waist level, kind of just walking around, and I would already have this thing set up at like F8 or F4, F5, 6, and I would boom, hammer off a shot, and then kind of look down and, you know, do this confused thing. I think Jerry Winogrand did that, didn't he? Anyways, that's what I kind of did. And when I started shooting like this, I started getting a much higher success rate. But with the back closed, it became more difficult. And so this camera, it turned out to be really, really good from that perspective, but it was very difficult if I had to do this. I watch people like The Real Sir Robin and some others that shoot street, and they don't care. They just roll right up on you, pull people looking at you, then they take the picture and they just walk away. I don't have that level of confidence yet, especially in New York City. It seems like there's some people that might be angry in that city a little bit. Not knocking New York City people, just saying there's, you know, I don't think they take too kindly to some of that stuff. Without further ado, though, I'll show you some of the pictures right now. I'll label what they were taken with. The first half will be with the Fuji X Pro 3 and the 16-1.4. I kind of tried to vlog it, so some of the vlog commentary might not make sense. And on the way back from the store, I shot with the Ricoh. So about 20 minutes of walking each way, 40 total minutes. Here's some of the pictures I got. Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to the channel. This looks kind of weird to you. I am in downtown New York City, Manhattan to be exact. And I'm gonna do a little street photography, something I don't typically do. I'm on a Fuji X Pro 3 with the 16mm f1.4. I have no mic, so if the audio sucks, I apologize. No stabilization, of course. But we're gonna do a little bit of street photography. And specifically, we're trying out two different profiles. One, I built in a JPEG profile, it's called Like-a-Like. So we're gonna shoot that in color, and then I have also a Tri-X profile we're gonna try. So let's get to walking and do some shooting. right, just left the store. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Hopefully I get this video clip in. I switched from my Fuji to my iPhone just for video because it's easier. It's on cinematic mode. It makes it kind of hard to edit sometimes. Anyways, I was gonna switch to the Zeiss, but I think what I'd rather do actually is switch to the Ricoh. So I'm gonna put the Ricoh in my hand, shoot it on the standard black and white punchy profile that I built out in JPEG, and we're gonna shoot that on the walk back, and we'll do a little comparison. I'll see you guys after that. All right, so what did you guys think? What did you like better? By the way, I think I mentioned this in the video, but they're all straight out of camera JPEGs. For the Ricoh, I have a positive film simulation or positive film setting that I use that's just straight out of camera, no edits. I also have a black and white that I punched way up that's a straight out of camera type of setup. And then on the X Pro 3, I have multiple film simulations set up in here, but the ones I used for this were a Tri-X simulation, and the other one was a Leica-like simulation that was trying to punch the colors a bit more towards Leica-esque colors, if you will. Not sure if it worked or not, but that's what I ended up using. I gotta say, kind of in summary, I like both these cameras for different reasons. When it comes to street photography, I like it if I could get some more confidence. I think it's really exciting to get people in their element or whatever it might be. And I think that's a lot of fun. I saw several people walking around with cameras. I saw like an LX100 Mark II. I saw somebody walking around with the X100V. It's definitely more prevalent in New York City. People just walking around with cameras. And for me, that was exciting. I'm like, oh, I don't feel so weird anymore. But nonetheless, I got a lot of practice to do. Detroit's a little different story. We're not as accepting, even less accepting to street photography, in my opinion anyway. So I think the Ricoh would be a better bet here in Detroit by all chances. Other than that, it was okay. There was a homeless guy, unfortunately, that kind of attacked me one night. Not say attacked me, but was getting real close and following me. I had to kind of take off across the street when I shouldn't have been crossing at 1 a.m. So that was interesting. And I'll tell you this as well, and if I'm about to get political a little bit for a second. You guys don't like politics, you can click off right now. But showing your vaccine card everywhere you went in New York City, it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel right. You guys can be pro-vaccine, you can be anti-vaccine, I don't care. I can just tell you guys that having to show that every time you went in somewhere and having people on my work team or get denied or not come because of this, I don't know. If you guys are from New York City or you guys are from a place that requires it, like California maybe, let me know what you think. I can tell you I'm not a fan of that. It's really, people that can't get it, people that don't want to get it, people that have had bad reactions and couldn't finish their 2-shot, whatever it might be. Really, really unfortunate situation. So I won't say too much, but I can tell you that I really disagree with what they're trying to do with these passports. I understand what they're saying, why they're doing it, but it feels like something else. So I don't talk politics on this channel too much, but that did bother me quite a bit. So anyways, guys, X Pro 3 Ricoh GR, thanks for watching. You made it this far. Please, no negative comments about it. And you can make comments, but please, let's keep it PC and keep it respectful down there. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll check you next time. It's raining. My camera's getting soaked. I'll see ya.